Okay guys, here's my review on a Gerber dime, and I've got my little Swiss Army knife here as well. I'm just going to compare the two. This is something I do carry around, have a couple of these. Great little tool, really useful, nice and slim. I'm just going to compare the two. I've only had this Gerber dime for a day, so I'll take you through what I found out in a day on it really. So let's look at the hardware on both of them first. So first of all, you've got a fixed bottle opener. Can't put it away. Not sure how much I'd use that. You've got a pair of tweezers tucked in there. Come to that later. Pair of scissors. Flat bladed screwdriver. This is obviously for Phillips or Posi. File both sides. Parcel opener. A knife. And then obviously the pliers inside. And this little sucker, you've just got a knife. A little screwdriver you can use on some Phillips and flatheads, and a file, pair of scissors, toothpick, and a pair of tweezers. Okay, so let's first thing I'm going to look at is the tweezers. Tweezers on the Gerber are definitely not as good as they are on the penknife, the Swiss Army penknife. Just feeling them in the hand, they don't feel as good quality. The end's definitely not as good quality. It's got quite a nasty spot welding there, which has not even done in the centre of it, so it feels a bit nasty in your hands. Not very straight either. And the ends also on the Gerber one don't quite meet up. I doubt you can see it. But one at this end is longer than this end, so when they come together it's not at a flat end. And when we look at this, these are superb little tweezers. The only downside to these are the amount of pressure you can apply to pull, which may or may not be something that these ones are better at. But the feel of them are definitely not as, they don't feel as good as the stainless ones from the Swiss Army knife. I wonder if the Swiss Army knife one would fit into the Gerber. Right, let's just. Okay, so that does fit in there. Maybe with a little bit of modification to the head, you could put that in. So that would be a nice upgrade to put those tweezers in there. You can buy these tweezers separately. So it's like modification. I might do another video on how to do that. Okay. So let's go through the tools. So bottle opener, I'm not sure how much I'm going to use that. I'll probably end up using that as a key loop instead of that. Take that off. I don't know. Let's start on this side. So screwdriver, flat base screwdriver, nice and big, feels sturdy. What you do notice on all these tools is they're very positive in the way they lock out or click out. I don't think they're going to fold away very easily, especially compared to these ones. Not that I've had many problems with these, but they do definitely open and close much easier. Obviously you have far bigger length on it, so you have more leverage, but you can fold like that sometimes when you're using these, especially on a knife. I have had the knife fold when doing something like that, and it's folded over. So the lockout on the Gerber is definitely better. So the flat blade, nice and big, that's fine. This end though is a little bit disappointing. So obviously this is for it's either a smaller flathead or a crosshead, which I'm sure works fine. Two things that are a little bit disappointing with this are the file, which is different on each side, but it's pretty much not usable because of this bottle opener. You may get something there. It's quite short as well. You'd probably end up using it more like that, which may be alright. But if you did have it on your keys, then you'd have to take it off your keys to use it. A little bit disappointing. Something that you need to use the sides on, I think would have been better at the other end. And maybe put the flat head there. It would have been more usable. Maybe that's something you can actually change around manually. Maybe I could turn that around myself. So that's not so good as the Swiss Army knife. Again, much longer. This is a diamond file as well. However, it doesn't go away to the edge, so it's more like just a nail file really. You can use it for other things, but it doesn't go away to the edge, which is a little bit disappointing on this. However, it's much more usable, much more length. There isn't some on the Gerber. Okay, into the other side, scissors. So they both have scissors. The spring on this one, on the Gerber, is definitely stronger than on the Swiss. However, even when you're doing this with it, just opening and closing them, you can feel this is sharper. You can feel the metal as it cuts across each other. This one already doesn't feel as good. So we'll try chopping or cutting. Card. So this is card, quite thick. I can't quite get that to go all the way down. I mean, it cuts it. Let's try this. That's night and day. I mean, those scissors are far sharper than the Gerber. I've never sharpened these. Let's try the Gerber again. I cannot get that to go all the way through. Oh, there you go. And that took an immense amount. Mind you, they are slightly thicker, so you might find that they're better at cutting more durable stuff. I'm not sure. Let's try some paper. Okay, so paper. That paper feels alright. No problem with that, as you'd hope. But still, the Swiss one is just far cleaner. You can even see there's no distortion at the end, where you can see distortion at the end of here. If I try to do the same. I mean, I'll try to do that fairly, and you can see that the Swiss Army one, hopefully you can see, the Swiss Army one is a far cleaner cut than the Gerber. That's a little bit disappointing. But still good, still feels a nice sturdy pair of scissors. Okay, so on to the other side. Parcel opener or package opener. So let's just try that on here. Yeah, that works nicely. So let's just try doing the same with this. Obviously got a totally different angle, so the Gerber definitely on the parcel opener opens wins on that one. That's good. That's sharp as well. That's good for the parcels. Obviously for thicker card. It's okay. It's not designed for doing paper, so that's okay. So that might be quite useful. Something to dedicate a parcel opener. Onto the knife. We'll do a bit of a comparison on the knives. So the knife on the Gerber is far thicker. Feels far more robust. Again, locks out much nicer. So much more securely. So this one does move a little bit. So I'll introduce a little bit of paper here. Let's just try that's surprising. I do, even just feeling it, you can feel this isn't anywhere near as sharp. I don't know if I've got a dud one or whatever. This is not I haven't used it for anything, and it doesn't feel very sharp at all. Like I said, I only bought this yesterday. So in comparison, not sharp on this either. You can see that's far sharper. I mean, it does that, that's fine, but it can't cut the angle, it just slides off, whereas this one So the knife on the Swiss is far sharper. That's not to say this can't be sharpened up and may hold an edge very well. I shall have to do that, but out of the box, this is far sharper, and I've not sharpened that. I mean, the tip of this one is probably blunt, but the back edge is nice and sharp, and this is blunt all the way along. That's disappointing. I'm not even sure I like the shape of that. This is quite good for manipulating small things, which you want a small blade for, whatever you're doing. Whereas this, not having that point, you got one there, but I'm not sure. I think it would have been better to have a more conventional blade on there. It looks better. It might look nice, but I think a conventional blade would have been better. Okay, then obviously on to the main feature, which is the pliers. Now this is obviously where it does win hands down. There's no pliers on the Swiss Army knife. Just put these back in. Obviously the Swiss Army knife has a toothpick, which is of some use, not much, but one thing this Gerber hasn't got. On to the pliers. Pliers are really nice, sprung loaded. Feels quite stiff, no play in there at all. I like the end coming down, the way it joins at the end. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, you can see it now. That's probably better than the tweezers, actually. They probably join better than the tweezers. So you've got a nice delicate point there, something to undo, maybe small nuts or get a grip on round items, and some wire cutters. I've not tried the wire cutters. Fortunately, I've got the wire here to cut, but can't see any reason why they shouldn't work. That's nice. One thing I have noticed on this though is, which is a bit disappointing, is you can see here there's a plating missing here and here. And that's come from when you open this. When I open it, you can see the corner is catching. If you look here, you can see the corresponding edge that's rubbing. That's a little bit disappointing. I can't really see how you can easily open this without doing that. If you look at how you close it, so you fold the edges in, and then you put it together like that, it wouldn't happen. But reversing that process is definitely not very easy. So pulling that apart first and then opening it is probably the ideal way, but that's not really practical. So you will end up losing plating there, which is a little bit disappointing. Like I say, I only bought this yesterday, and the fact that we're losing plating off of it already is disappointing. Okay. When it's together, or shut, sorry, there is a little bit of play there. Not a lot. Nothing to worry about. And that's about it. Everything else, the whole unit feels quite stiff and it's quite positive when you open, close, and whatever you do on it's quite positive. That's quite nice. There definitely is more tools on the Gerber dime, and not much difference in size really. I mean, okay, the thickness, but when you look at the width and the length, there's not much difference there. Obviously it is thicker, there's more tools to get in there, but not much, not a huge amount. So overall, definitely a nice little unit. I'm still not sure about the blade. That can be sharpened up, I'll try that. I'm a bit disappointed with the file and the scissors on there, but again, maybe the scissors can be sharpened up, and replacing that, you get a good little tool. I mean, if you're going to put that in a little survival tin, then this is probably a better bet than this, obviously, because you've got pliers, you've got the cutting facilities. Personally, I'd probably have both, just because, well, because I've always liked this, and these blades, and the quality of it feels a bit better. Anyway, that's it. Hope it helps out.